Yeah. Evening, guys. Welcome to tonight's Hangout in the Crib. As you can see, there's me and Pain Train here. The BP Prof will be joining us, but he will be joining us a little bit late tonight. He is otherwise engaged. So, do you want to say hello, Rob, whilst I grab you the YouTube link?
Hello, Rob.
Haha, very funny. So, yeah, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the August working progress, road crews, rockets, and then we'll touch a little bit upon new faction that's coming. Um, so I'll get that going in 1 second.
I just want to remind everyone as well. I put out a survey for people to do, or three surveys. Oh dear. Yes, I put out three surveys. It won't take long to do, 10 to 15 minutes max. And hopefully it will make some difference in the game. It's basically just how you finding the mission, the crews, and the rockets. And I'll feed it all back to Cakes. So that's all on the BPC page, and it's been shared to a few pages as well. We're over 1,500 responses at the moment, so it hopefully going to have a good standing.
Yeah, hopefully should be pretty good. So, right. So should we get on with these? I'll just get the screen share going. So I do apologise. I'm being a bit lax today. Can you see that then, Rob? Yeah.
Yes, I can.
We're all good. Right. Okie dokie. So, as we said, August working progress, whichever way you want to put it.
You're having a bit of
Um,
trouble with that word tonight, aren't you?
yeah, I don't know why. Don't ask me. It's just one of those things today. Cruise and rockets. So, to start off with, the FAT. Since we talked about the Artemis has changed stats. So, instead of it being a ballistic hull, it's now a missile hull. So, do we want to talk about that first, or do we want to talk about how the FAT was? Or?
Um, yeah, I think we'll go on from there. So, personally, I think it's a lot better as a missile ship. I think when I first saw it and I saw the ballistic stats, I just thought it's an underrated Crusader. But I'm really happy with the missile stats, although I'm not building mine for missiles.
No, I mean, I think it's a lot better now that they've put thermal on it, especially with the mines, coming up against subs. With no thermal and no sonar on it, it was kind of pointless, really. That's a fleet-to-fleet kind of ship. I think it's a lot better with the thermal on there. That's going to help it a lot. Thermal range of 78 is pretty good. It's just another option if you wanted to try and use it in your base. Sonar range of 56 isn't bad. They've upgraded it to 4 armor slots, 4 special slots, which is a lot better. And they've increased the max weight as well, up to 6,500 from 4,900, so that's a lot better. And the weapon slots as well, I think they've done as well. Yeah, the weapon slots up to 8, so all round it's made it a lot more worth building, I think. I don't know what you think, Rob.
I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. I think with the older design that they had, uh, three special slots is not good enough in today's environment. I think anything three specials, you're going to be lacking somewhere. You really kind of need the fourth. Um, I just want to touch on what you said about base defense. You got to be really careful with that, with people trying to retarget off your mines.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's another option, isn't it? That's out there, I suppose. I mean, if even if they pinch and sort of like get close to you, they're going to run into some mines, I would have thought.
Yeah, and you can hold the mines back. So if you're online, you can hold the mines by pressing down at the start of the battle, and it'll stop your mines coming up.
Yeah, so that's another really good tip there for people who didn't know that. You know, I quite like it now. I'm sort of warm into it. Originally, I was like, well, I can't really see me using it at all, really. But it's got its uses. I think what I said last week with the old stats was that the only thing that I could see it being good for was PVE for doing like the mini raids and doing raids themselves. But with the added thermal, the added specials, the extra weight that it's got, more armor points, it's become more of a viable hull to use for fleet to fleet, I think.
I know I'm building them. I have one in build at the moment. I've got one done, just a ship, uh, and I'm going to build an anti-sub fleet. And it's just crazy. 42 combat speed without any retros.
I know, that's pretty awesome, really, to be honest. It's going to be good now that they've changed the stats on it, for sure.
Do you think you're going to build this fleet?
Yeah, I'm going to build a fleet of them. So
I think we touched on this last week, but it has the potential to help you in the missions with the fleet that comes out at the start. You can kind of use the mines as a buffer between you and them.
yeah, that's what we were saying last week. I think it's a really good way of using it. Purely for that, it's going to create kind of a spectre decoy as well, because the thermal's going to pick the mines up and they're going to fire at that. So not only have you got the slow effect, but you're also not going to take as much fire because the mines are.
Yeah, I'd say a clever pirate would build one. Even if they had only one, yeah, it takes 2 days, 16 hours to build. You could just build a speed system 3 with the ship or an engine, and just a single flood cannon or something, just to put it in with that fleet that you used in the missions, and that could save you a lot of repair on your weekly mission.
Yeah, because am I right in saying that it's only 56 or 57 seconds repair for a mine?
It's 50.
50, yeah. So it's fairly quick repair for that.
I've tested this earlier, just before so I could talk about it on the show. The mines, in case anyone didn't realize, it's like drones, I think. They only have to be replenished if they blow up. So if you deploy mines and they don't actually blow up, you don't get repair off that mine.
Cool. Right, that's pretty cool. So, should we move on to the actual FAT itself? How did you find it, Rob?
Really easy. I know I've got a lot of haters this week because of it. I used a subfleet, 5 of them, and I did mine for 0 gold, and I came rank 6. I was rank 3 at one point, but I didn't play for most of Sunday, so I naturally ranked down. Yeah, sorry, my phone's going off. Yeah, so I thought it was pretty easy. There's a lot of people who neglect sub defense, so it gave me a lot of easy points in that sense. And of those who were using them, a lot of people couldn't drive. So they'd have a Grimshine's Wrath and an Aegis, maybe 2 Mastodons. But the Grimshine's Wrath wouldn't always be in the thermal range, so I'll be able to get a few cheeky shots off and run away.
Yeah, I mean, what I found as well, I found pretty much a similar thing, that people were neglecting sub defense. I think a lot of people sort of went down the road that we sort of went down last time of the Monarchs with the fireback drones. I've seen a lot of those again this time, but I built my fleet specifically to combat that, and obviously to combat subs as well. It's pretty much, I mean, I played 12 matches. I lost 1 in the whole Forsaken Arena. and I probably played 2 days, if that. So
I played a hell of a lot more than you. I ended up winning 76 matches, or 75, I can't remember.
I think I come in 22nd with 11 wins. 11 wins, 12 wins.
That's decent.
So, I mean, I wasn't really massively. Well, I couldn't really be bothered, to be honest. I couldn't really be bothered. Wasn't really that interested in it when the Artemis first come out. And then my sort of interest gained a little bit when they changed the stats of it. So I
Same here.
decided to play a little bit.
I started off with, I used a mix. I used a Frostburn, a couple of Monarchs with drones, and a Proto Mastodon. And that actually it worked really well. The difference with having the Proto Mast, which was full of siege missiles, I went really light on armor on my fleet for repair. And so if I did come into subs, the Proto Mast helped kill it faster. I had cryo depth charges on my Frostburn, and just power cells and full locust on the Monarchs. No armor on those, and that was actually really effective. But once once I found out the stats and they improved it, I suddenly wanted a fleet of these. So it was cost effective for me to just use subs.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't spend anything at all. I used a couple of road cruisers for it, which back then didn't cost the world, so wasn't really that bothered about it. But yeah, I mean, altogether, it's quite. I don't think it's as fun as it used to be with, and there's not really sort of arts. It's a Forsaken Arena. Let's get on and have a good old fight with everybody. I still don't really find that it really sort of enthralls me as much as it used to. But
No, it's not the same.
no,
When the tournament first came out and I was using uranium repairs, I loved it. I sat down and I made time to play it. Whereas now I just couldn't really give a shit, to be honest. I'll do what I can. If I like the prize, I'll do it. If not, I won't. Like, I didn't get the Aegis because of that reason. I didn't get the Valkyrie because I just wasn't willing to sit and play it for little benefit.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much the same. But anyway, should we move on to our next subject?
I just want to quickly mention pinches. Um,
All right, yeah.
with the tournament, obviously it's been and gone, but we're going to get more of them. A medium quick pinch is 30 minutes, so build them and use them. I know people complain about rockets, but it's free, and it's always good to get you out of that sticky situation. And obviously it's going to be a hell of a lot different now with the storage, which we'll touch on later, but that's going to help a lot with the next tournament, I think. A lot more rockets.
Yeah, agreed. You can build a load in advance and store them up, so that you don't have to coin any rockets for that. I think so. That's one good side of it, I suppose. Right, so let's move on. So, schedule for this month: raid, the last stand. So, the last of the Reaver raids is coming up on August the 13th. Yay! Thank you very much. Fed up with the Reavers, all death and fire and speed. It's been doing my head in. It's just been.
I'm sure we'll
It
miss the
seems
Reavers when we see the next thing's going to be 10 times harder, most likely.
more than likely, but to be honest, I'm just fed up of them. It just seems like it's been going on forever to me. I don't know, and a lot of people out there as well, especially like the mid-level players, are saying the same thing, that they're sick and tired of it. It seems like it's been forever with the Reavers, and they're fed up of the speed, fire, and death. So that's that. So the last one, August the 13th. I do believe it's been confirmed as a raid hull as well, a raid store.
Yes, a whole stop.
Store raid, yeah. So catch up on the holes that you're missing. TLCs this month, we've got Going Rogue available Saturday, August the 8th. Drac Attack for the tokens is the 22nd of August. They're also adding in a new permanent campaign, which is going to be Reaver Assault platforms, and that starts on the week of August the 18th.
Just to interrupt you, Earth, Going Rogue is not happening now. It's Drac Attack for the tokens.
Right, so it's Drac Attack for tokens this week as well, instead of Going Rogue. Okie dokie. So the Forsaken Arena tournament starts on Thursday, August the 27th, as does the Raider Fleets, or Earth Fleets, don't know where they got that name from. That's Thursday 27th. And then you've got new Forsaken mission content on Wednesday, August the 19th. Is there anything in particular you're really looking forward to, Rob?
No. I think when I look at this list, I looked at the work in progress, and it's just, I love the works in progress because it told you, like, what retros are coming out, some repair specialists, and it was just stuff to look forward to. This is just like a list of, this is what you need to do this month, and it's like, ugh, can't be bothered. There's just so much. One thing I want to point out, just to put it into perspective with how much stuff is going to come out this month. So we've just had, not too long ago, the Fusion Cruiser come out, and then the Artemis. So I put my Artemis on the day the arena ended, and it's a 22-day build. By the time that one ship's done, I don't know if there's going to be a new ship in the raid. I assume there will be, as well as anything that I've missed out on. So there's a lot of ships that I could be getting, and then the new campaign with a new ship, and then most likely a new ship in the arena, all before that one ship is built. You don't think that's content overload?
I actually quite like this list because it's a list of all of the things that I'm not going to do this month. So, I would usually do all of those, but I'm just fed up at the minute. I'm just overloaded out. I'm not interested at all in the slightest.
Here's an idea, and it's not going to help necessarily, but with the campaigns, I know, you got crew ones, token ones, you have Let It Burn. Is that it for the campaigns?
Oh yeah, I didn't even do Let It Burn.
Well, wouldn't it be good if you could pick, like, when they came out on the weekend, you could choose which one of those you needed to do. Do you want the tokens? Do you want the crews? Or do you want the uranium? And you choose in your
which one you wanted to do.
Menu. Yeah, you couldn't do one, maybe, but
yeah, if they'd done it like 2 weeks a month, and then just let you pick which one you wanted to do.
Yeah,
it'd be ideal. Yeah, I agree. That's a really good idea. Because at the minute, it's just, I don't know, it just feels like they just want me to spend my entire life playing, and I really don't want to. It's like, everybody, you could love your job as much as anything, can't you? But you still get that Monday feeling going, or that Sunday feeling when you go, oh, I've got to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like at the minute.
Well, it's the other way around. You finish work on Friday, and you're like, oh, I've got to do my campaign this weekend. I've got to do my raid. Can I just stay at work?
Yeah. It's starting to feel a bit like that. And I know that a lot of people are saying the same as well.
Right, I just want to throw some ideas real quick about the campaign. I'm full of ideas today. It's based on the miswording of the work in progress, and I'm going to say that they are just outright wrong. They said it's a classic campaign. How is Reaver Assault platforms classic in any way?
Yeah, it's a bit, I don't know.
But I just had an idea the other day. I actually put it forward to them. I'm not sure if it'll do anything. But imagine the older campaigns, with the Typhoons and the bases and stuff. I quite enjoyed doing them. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I can't play any of them because as soon as they come out, I blitz through them and wanted to get everything and wanted to play them. But if they just let me do them now, maybe as a token reward. So, if I fancy getting a 24-hour structure build token, I might run through the Typhoons that night. Just something different, a bit more variety, but it's not throwing it down my throat. I don't have to do it that weekend. I can do it at my own leisure.
Yeah, I mean that would be a bit better. I would have thought, to be honest. I think as well just putting the going rogue and and Drac attack or let it burn, just putting it in there and just giving you a monthly cap of the amount of times you can do it, and then you just choose as and when you want to do it.
Yeah,
Well,
it's quite easy.
Better.
They could just merge those prizes into the existing campaigns and let us do them at our own leisure.
Yeah, because it's just it feels like you're being force fed constantly with everything. I mean, I really do like change in the game. I like things to progress and everything else, but I'm just so fed up with the constant force feeding all of the time, and the amount of content that's coming out and the rate of the content that's coming out is getting ridiculous. It's turning it more into a chore than a game. But we'll move on to the next thing. So updates, bug fixes and tuning. The mine damage stat for the Artemis will now correctly be displayed in the dock, ship tooltip, and ship details pop-up. Added the thermal imaging ring to the Artemis to indicate the presence in combat. They also broke with the update playback, so that's broken, but they are trying to fix it.
It is fixed.
It's fixed now, is it? It wasn't earlier on when I logged in. But
yeah,
they've fixed it now.
Yeah.
Right, so they fixed that, but it was broken, so...
But with that, it's another problem. The people's rockets aren't actually working. You can drop a rocket, and it's not actually dropping anything.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well, so I've put a ticket in about it.
Well, it's been mentioned. I think, let me just grab this post. Doom says, this is, battle playback was enabled 8:45 AM PDT. We have received a number of reports of launchpad rockets not being launched during combat. Our team is looking into this. That's it.
8 AM, well, mine's still not working, my playback. So, but there we go. Because I logged in like an hour ago, so mine's still not working. But hopefully everybody else's is. So yeah, you've got Rogue Crew Store and some Rogue Crew changes and Launchpad rocket inventory. So we'll go through that. That's
How long have you got?
Yeah, so Larry's put one of his comical slides in. I don't care, this guy needs to get a punch in the face because of his look.
Well, this is annoying.
He's looking a bit funny.
I think I know what he's saying here on his behalf. That pop-up just keeps popping up. And I read that it was fixed. So I think it was for people who were overstocked on crews. They would always get this every time they opened it. And that wasn't meant to be fixed. Now today, I haven't tried to be on the last half an hour, but in the last 2 hours, every time I went into my base, this popped up. And it's really pissing me off now.
Yeah, I think Doom said that he's going to be the advocate and try and get him to remove it because he doesn't like spam himself. So,
and also, seeing that guy from Salty Dogs, I really want to punch him in the face just because I can't get him anymore.
Yeah, this guy too. If you can find him.
Aha! See, Larry's done it.
He's in there. Look, he's right on it. So, new Rogue Crew rules. Rogue Crew extensions. Common costs 3 gold. Uncommon 15 gold. Rare 20. Legendary 30. And Grease Monkeys is 60. So, only changes are the addition of rares at 20 gold. And that's about it. Get maximum of 1 extension per crew. So, I just want to touch upon this one. Why bother going through all of the effort that they went through in saying, oh, you can extend it multiple times now in the same crew for a slightly higher gold cost, if they knew that they were going to do this and then
That's
turn it
silly.
back to maximum one extension?
It gives the people in the office something to do, perhaps.
I don't know, but
You know, thinking about it, I wasn't keen on extending multiple times before, but I think I'm talking on behalf of people here, but I'm just going to make an assumption. I think a lot of people would be more willing to extend now with how hard it is to get certain crews.
agreed. It's, I mean, it's getting ridiculous. And just to mention this, the actual salty dogs has been changed, but I think that's in one of the slides that's coming up.
Oh, there's a whole slide for that.
Yeah, so we'll have a look. So Road Crew Store, that's what it looks like. You get 1 free per day from the basic crews, and then it's 500 U to roll and 400 to re-roll. So that's gone up by 500%. What you're going to get is a reward. Common, you're going to get high chance. Uncommon, you're going to get a medium chance. So Bullseye Brigade crew, you're not going to be able to get in there, and you're not going to be able to get a salty in there anymore. So advanced roll is 2,000 uranium to roll and 1,600 to re-roll. Chance of getting a common or uncommon is medium. Rare and legendary is very low. So yeah. So it used to be 500, now it's 2,000, and now you've got less chance of getting those.
It's ridiculous.
And then you've got elite roll, in which a common is a low chance, uncommon and rare is good chance, and legendary is a better chance, which is 15 gold, 10 to re-roll. That's not a guarantee that you will get a legendary or even a rare, in fact, at 15 a roll. And then you get a 3 times elite roll for 30 gold, and it's 25 gold to re-roll. It says that you guaranteed a rare or legendary crew. I can in fact tell you that is incorrect, because I've done it yesterday to test it out and got 3 common crews.
Hello, Larry.
Hey guys.
Hi Larry. Do you want to take over with your slides, seeing as though you made them?
Yeah. I mean,
You just
I don't
throw
care.
him in the deep end there, haven't you? Well, while Larry gets his foot in, I want to say that if someone is spending gold for to get these bigger crews, they should not have any chance of getting a common crew. I think that's just silly.
I just hopped in, and I don't know whether you've gone over it yet, but this whole change to the crews is just, I mean, there's just no way to spin it as good for the players, right?
Agreed.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I mean, I was just saying that the 3 times elite roll is broken as well, because I paid 30 gold thinking, oh, I'll see what it gives me. And it gave me 3 common crews.
I'd put in a ticket on that. I mean,
I have
that's
ticketed it.
good.
I told them that they can shove their crews and they can give me my 30 gold back, please.
Yeah.
And then went on a rant and said, why create a rogue crew store if you can't buy the crews that you want? Surely it would have been easier and less coding to put in the crews that we want for a set value price than it would be to code all of this random chance crap that's in there.
Well, the one thing I wanted to say about this slide is that their language they used on all these crew frequencies is just a load of bullshit. I mean, it's just so you've got you've got high, and you've got medium, and low, and very low, and then elite role legendary is better. Better than what?
Yeah.
Better than very low.
and then apparently Earth guaranteed doesn't mean what is commonly known as the definition of guaranteed. So yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Kickside definitions do vary. They could do with bringing out their own like Kickside dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all know what Kickside language is. You know, we thought you needed more of a challenge. We want you to coin more. Etc. Etc.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I can talk to these slides if you want to keep going. That's fine. I think the next few slides I just listed out all the crews, which I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time on, but we can blow through those pretty quick.
Yep. So should we move on?
If you're ready, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I think BPC's official stance on the Road Crew store is it's shit.
I think looking at so far on my survey, the community agrees.
Looking at the votes that have been posted on the forum, I'd say that I'd have to agree, since though one that I seen was at 100%, it's crap, get rid of it, and one was at 96%, and there was only one vote against it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think we're all in agreement that we don't like it.
No, I don't. They need to ask people before they put these things out, really, rather than having a lot of complaints. I'm going to give you my stats. 91% of people are not happy, and that's out of 1,500 and something people.
Yeah, that's a massive amount. So, I basically put the exact same thing in my ticket earlier, that, you know, I'm quite willing to help them out if they want to ask questions or want feedback on anything before it comes out, to stop them from messing the game up so much that people hate them. So
yeah, yeah. So this is a list of the legendary road crews. I think actually the key thing here is that there's 6 of them. So which is more than before, I believe. So if you're trying for any one particular crew, your chances of getting that crew have gone down. Okay, and
they've added 2, haven't they? They've added the remote raiders, which is one that we've seen in the campaign, and Death from Above.
Right.
Have you noticed how in the last, maybe say 2 or 3 months, there's been 3 new legend crews. 2 of them are in here, Death from Above, remote raiders. Now the one crew that I would have liked was the one from the last raid that you got for rescuing the little forsaken peasants.
Yeah.
That would have been
rescuing the forsaken peasants.
Yes.
The one that if you had done the entire raid, like just siege, you would have gotten one of them.
Yeah. They were quite hard to get. I got bored of waiting to rescue the people.
Yeah.
In fact, I got bored after just doing one of the campaigns. So
yeah.
I never get bored usually, but I did last time.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from the legendary.
Want me to click? Okay.
Yeah.
Rare
All right,
crews.
so now there's 7 rare crews. Welcome Salty Dogs to the rank of the rare crews.
There's welcome Molotov maidens as well.
Yeah, because everybody wants Molotov maidens.
There's no difference.
It's nice to see, though, that
20 minutes or something.
It's nice to see that Bullseye Brigade crew is now only rare and instead of non-existent.
I'm going to say something here because it's a good time to start it in. I know that Kickside will deny it, but I'm just going to say it because most people are thinking it. You know when we struggled to roll bullseyes? They had this rare roll in place and just didn't tell us. I don't care. I know it's a conspiracy, but I almost will guarantee that as fact because it was impossible to roll a solid. Pulsar Brigade.
Don't forget that all of the Forsaken Arena tournaments, haven't they been saying uncommon and rare crews in the descriptions of the crews that they've been given out?
No,
to
they've been
people?
using advanced. Is the term they use? Advanced.
Yeah, but they have used rare on one occasion. I know that they've done it on at least one occasion. It's rare.
Okay, I don't remember that.
It might have been them slipping up then.
Yeah.
Now, so the other thing to notice on this list is that you've got some crews that are longer duration versions of ones you'll see later. Like you've got a 1 hour Deadeye Destroyers, and I think a 26-minute one is common. You've got, I think, a longer duration Radar Runners, and then a Junkyard Dogs. There's a shorter one. Maidens, maybe there was a shorter one or less powerful one. Yeah, and Death from Above. This is a nerfed down version of the legendary Death from Above.
But it is longer.
Yeah, it's longer but less chaining range. So
also, Larry, you said about the Deadeye Destroyers is longer. It actually gives more critical hit percent. It's 15% as opposed to 10 on the uncommon.
Oh, I thought I looked. I thought they were both 10%. I mean both 15.
15.
I thought they were both 15. Okay, I thought they were the same. Okay.
So, one thing that I would like to say here is that new Junkyard Dogs crew. See that one there? I would be quite happy if there was a store and you could pick out which crew you wanted to buy, and that crew was in there for 3.5 days and had a 10,000 uranium price tag, or even a 15,000 uranium price tag. I'd be quite happy to pay for it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's a nice crew that you could put on your guard fleet for 3.5 days. But good luck rolling. If you want a Junkyard Dogs, right? You're gonna have to go for that, expensive gold roll basically. And even if you are in the rare, it's a 1 in 7. So you're gonna have to pay, probably 100 gold if you really want a Junkyard Dogs.
That's not to mention the fact that you're not always going to manage to get that here. So, because even we all know that random doesn't really mean random, because it's always out of a random set. Have you noticed that if you keep rolling and rolling and rolling, you tend to roll exactly the same crews in the same order over and over, or thereabouts for quite a while before it changes sets. So I believe that they're in sets and you get a random pick out of a set. Personally, just from my experience, but I don't know. I'm not convinced that it's completely random.
Well, I think the thing that we are pretty sure of is that the frequency, like within any category, isn't necessarily the same. I don't think, at least I don't know if they've changed it since they changed this around, but before, right, all the uncommon crews were not equally uncommon, if that made sense. Right, yeah. Bullseye Brigade was a lot less frequent than Molotov Maidens.
Yeah, see, that's all I get now is Molotov Maidens. Well, before the change, anyway.
Yeah. It's just very, very, they're being very close to the vest on this, and they're vague, again, common or rare or better or high. It's just all words. Doesn't mean anything. Yeah. All right, let's move on because we're having fun with this.
Agreed. Okie dokie. Hang on one sec. There we go. Uncommon.
There were so many of these, I made 2 lists. There are 13 total uncommon. Shorter duration Junkyard Dogs, shorter duration Radar Runners.
It's all pretty much the same as what we used to have, apart from some of the times have been updated.
A 1 hour
Lucky Bastards. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty good for smaller players, but let's be honest, how many of them have got the uranium to roll for it?
Well, you've got. I think you have some chance of getting uncommons with your free roll. So.
Well, yeah, but again, how many days are you going to wait?
Right. And it's a 1 in 13 plus whatever 1 in how many of getting the uncommon. So you might get 1 a month.
Yeah. So that's that. Mort heads, hour duration. What that used to be 40 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Wolf pack, that used to be an hour anyway, so that's the same. I mean, yeah, it's not really a lot of massive differences there.
Larry, I stand corrected as well. It is 15% for both. I was confusing it with steelheads.
Okay. Right.
All right.
Keep going. I think we got more uncommon on the next page.
Yeah. So, yeah, creeping death, sea serpents.
Buffed up sea serpents, 24% of 8. That's really nice.
That's double because it used to be 12, didn't it? I think.
Yeah. Well, there's a 12% in common.
Yeah.
And then you've got the ever important dragon slayers, which I guess if you're doing your walls, it's nice. But I've never really hoped for dragon slayers.
That's what I got. I got 3 of those for my elite triple pack roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Maybe that's the new faction, dragons. you got an awesome roll. You just don't know it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Switch into those spacesuits.
It was quite funny. It was funny and really frustrating at the same time when it happened.
Sure.
I had to laugh, but I was so angry.
Right, and I'm sure that's exactly what Kixeye wants to do to their players, is make them angry, because there is no other explanation. All right, carry on. Let's go to common.
Okay.
So 9 of these, lots of, I guess you could say, nerfed down versions of higher power crews.
And of course, the salty dogs. Oh wait, no, because that's in rare, isn't it?
Yeah, salty dogs are rare.
Can I point out the best thing about them putting it rare? Whereas some other crews, like you see the Dead-Eye Destroyers and everything, it's slightly better as you go up. Salty Dogs has not changed. You still get exactly the same thing for it.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's to convince more people to do the raided fleets.
Maybe it's to convince more people to just pay for the rank.
Well, it might be. I don't know.
Clearly, I mean, with all the gold that you need to get these rolls, I mean, there's really not much explanation. I mean, they're looking for more gold here, and
Well, I can tell you this, right? All of they're doing is pushing me further and further and further away. Every single thing that they do, which is an obvious money grab, just pushes me further away and just decreases my interest in the game further.
right. I try to take the point of view that software engineers need to eat and Kixeye needs to have some revenue, but man, this is really just, there's no way to spin this as good for the players. Just, you can't.
I agree. It's not good for the players. Whether Kixeye realised it or not, it's not good for them either. I don't think the amount of people that I've spoken to, I've spoken to hundreds. A lot of people have messaged me saying, you need to bring this up on the show and blah blah blah. and everybody is saying the same thing. We just won't roll any road crews. We'll take the free ones and use them. We're not going to go out and spend that much because the uranium cost's just ridiculous to start off with.
Right.
And then to coin the amount that they expect you to coin to get a certain crew is just ridiculous. And people just are fed up.
Yeah. I think the next slide might help as well, if I recall. Yes, dumbest stuff with the new crews. So, and some of it in fact, all this we've probably said already. Very, very hard to get rare legendary crews without spending gold. If you've got, now that there's so many more, going for a specific crew is just ridiculously difficult. Salty dogs being rare, making ranking even more tedious, is the opposite of what should be happening. And then this whole 2 common Deadeye destroyers are equal to 1 rare Deadeye destroyers, and with how difficult it is to get a rare crew now, that's just silly. So that's the dumbest stuff I thought of in the 5 minutes I spent on this slide. I'm sure that there's probably other dumb things.
You know, I was trying to be positive about it all. You know, what is good out of this? And I think it's hard to find. I was going to say maybe 50 slots. I'm happy with that. It's not really been touched on, really. And I think actually separating some of the crews and giving them different stats. For example, the 12% evade on Sea Serpents for common, the 24 for uncommon. I like that idea.
Yeah.
And I'm not too fussed about legendary crews being hard to get because unlike some people in the game, I don't rely on them. If I get one, it's great. If not, life goes on. It's Salty Dogs. That's the thing for me that really messes this up, and the cost of the rolling. I think I'm happy that Salty Dog is rare. That sounds weird, but let me explain. If they gave it a magnificent bonus where it made ranking really good, and you were able to go out and get a lot of XP for one crew, and they maybe give it 5 times XP rather than 2. However, they keep the original Salty Dogs in common. I think that is a brilliant way to do it. They've just gone about it all wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But, you know, one thing that I will say about it, the way that they've gone about it, rather than me spending more time or coin or whatever, whichever you want to look at it, going out getting uranium to buy specific crews that I would want to use, I'm now not going to be doing as many as I would normally do because I won't be rolling for rogue crews. So, you know, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot a bit as well, really, from my point of view. And a lot of people have said the same as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I rogue crews roughly, I probably spend 150, maybe 200k of uranium each week, rolling for rogue crews. You know, that's quite a lot, really. And you know, now I won't need to go out and hit so many dredges.
Okay. Well, let's carry on.
There we go. Rockets.
Rockets. So, you know, we talked about the new rocket types last week, and I thought we were pretty positive overall on this, right? I mean, agreed. We like the new rockets.
Slightly.
Yeah.
I mean,
even last week, I want my old pinch back. I don't like the way that the actual large pinches ships less than it did before, and I'm not liking the ridiculous inflation of a daisy cutter. Apart from that, though, and the splash on the bunker buster, which has ruined the bunker buster. Yeah, I'm happy with them.
well, I mean, I like how the quick pinch is a lot quicker to target, and the medium quick pinch being only a half hour to build was really useful for me over the weekend. Let's just say that was one tip I didn't quite make so public. Sorry, guys. But medium quick
You
pinch,
fly bastard.
yeah, 30-minute build on those. Whew. I mean, if you're coining in the arena, one coin to save a lot of repairs is worth it. If you're not coining, you're waiting at least a half hour between battles. So yeah, medium quick pinch. But so this inventory of 25 rockets, and so if we can pull up well, I'll look at the slide at least. So you can hold 25 rockets in your inventory. You select one of those rockets as your primary rocket, and that is the rocket you can use when you enter combat. And then you have to return to your base view to load a new rocket into your launch pad out of your inventory. So to use this effectively, you need to start building rockets, and you should just about always be building rockets. And you should be using rockets a lot more often because you have all these rockets to use. So that's kind of good, but I think there's a lot of concern about rocket spam in base attacks, right? I mean, you can do 8 attacks before somebody gets a 1-hour bubble, which means somebody who's either coined or saved up a bunch of rockets will be able to use 8 rockets, and 8 of these powerful XL rockets in one base attack. So, no base is going to be safe from someone who's saved up rockets.
Yep.
I think this could have been all sort of solved just by them saying, yeah, you can hold X amount of rockets, but you can only hold 1 or 2 of the same type.
Or they could even have a cooldown. I've mentioned this before. A cooldown period between rockets. So you can launch a rocket once every, I don't know, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. There's lots of ways to make it better, but I think we're all really worried about rocket spam.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at it, and you can save up a bunch of Daisy XLs, like I've got at the minute, for example, I've got 6 built. You know, if I really wanted to, I can just go in with a gunboat and go, oh, I don't like that enforcer that's there, I'm just going to carry on rocketing it out of the base so that I can get in there. You know, not that I would do it, but there's nothing stopping me from doing it.
Yeah.
At least in the past, you would have had to coin it, which you sort of like deterred most people. Not mentioning any names, so a certain player that's now been banned used to do it quite a lot. You know, to me, it's just, I don't know. I just really don't like it. I think really it needs to be capped so that you can only have like 2 of the same rocket. Nature, and you know, you can have the spaces in there, but you can only have 2 of the same rocket.
Yeah.
To stop the Daisy XL spam, because that's just stupid. You know, it's 34,000 damage a rocket.
You know, again, trying to look at this positively rather than seeing we hate this feature. I'm actually happy that we can hold 25 rockets now, simply because, just say I've got multiple fleets to hit bases with. I don't want to have to pick one base that I can use a rocket, and then the others either have to coin my rocket or get a bigger repair. The fact that I can save repair on my base 8 fleets, or even you could technically use rockets in the mission if that Wendigo is a bit of a problem in the 85.
Now, I tried to do that today and it had no effect. I tried to put a long pinch on the Wendigo and it didn't do a thing. And I don't think I missed. I'm just putting that out there, but I
think it might be something with them targets. I swear I've tried it before, thinking back in the old 65s, dropping an old pinch, see what happened, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. Is if I can save up all these rockets, I'm gonna use a lot more rockets, and you should use a lot more rockets with this feature. You should always be building rockets of some sort and use them more. But hopefully they're gonna work.
Another thing to remind people, when you load up Battle Paras, um, you when you build your rocket, it doesn't automatically go to your pad. So I've seen people on comms and stuff earlier like, "Oh, I've not got a rocket. I've not got a rocket." And I'm like, "Did you put it on your launch pad?" No. I'm like, "Well, put it on your launch pad."
Yeah, excellent tip.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's good to hold extra rockets, but I think the rocket spam. I don't think that they've sort of thought about it too much.
I mean, I can't believe they wouldn't have thought about it. I mean, that's just, I don't know. I mean, Urf, in one sense, you're right, but anybody who thinks about this game at all, it's very clear that rocket spam is going to be an issue with these new 25 rockets. So if the Battle Pirates team has not thought about that, then what, they deserve to be fired? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe they just want us to spend more on guard repairs.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I've gotten a lot of messages asking, how do I get past enforcers with these new mortars? I mean, new launchers. Well, rockets.
Yeah.
No. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Rocket them. Save up a few rockets.
Maybe this is their counter.
Yeah.
To the new launchers. But
it'll work. Anybody can do it.
Yeah. But
do you not think, though, that if this becomes a real problem and people are actively playing that way, do you not think it's just going to deter people from having a guard, which is kind of negatively going to impact the gameplay?
I actually put this in my ticket earlier. I said that if it does go down the route of rocket spamming, I'll just pull my guard.
Yeah, you're right.
So, because what's the point in defending your base if the people are just going to rocket out your stuff with multiple rockets? It's just pointless.
Yep.
Should we move on?
Let's move on.
Give a sneak peek, and people are waiting for this.
Yeah.
You're waiting for this.
I am. It's on the background from my laptop. I can see it now if I minimize my window.
I don't know who she is, but she's apparently Rob's favorite.
Oh, yes.
I really want to minimize this right now because I accidentally pressed the YouTube link and it's got sound on it and it's playing back what everybody's been saying in my ears.
Go mute it then, noob.
Well, I can't because it's on the same browser as this screen slideshow is in the background, so I've got to minimize it in order to turn it off.
All right.
But there we go.
All right, so we do have a last stand raid date. That's a week and a half from today, and we don't know a whole lot of detail at the moment. In general, we're expecting a similar format to the last raid, including the ship rescue feature, and there is going to be a haul store. So that's what we know, and that's about it. I'm hoping for Aegis, although it's been kind of quick since it was released. Only 3 months or so? I like Aegis. That's my
I won one.
request.
I missed out, so.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a fleet worth doing the tournament with, so I didn't do that tournament, and yeah, I missed out.
Tell you what, besides the Aegis, what 3 ships would you both want to see as priority in this raid? Or not maybe for you, but what you think should be and whether you have the ship or not.
Spectre comes to mind for me. I think Spectres are underrated.
Destroyer ECM.
Yeah, it's a good one. What else?
How about the Highlander?
Highlanders hasn't been out for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, light cruisers for lower end players. Light cruisers haven't been around in ages. LCX is not too bad. I'm thinking low. You guys are
Yeah, we
thinking
gotta
high.
think about low people as well.
I think Spectres and LCX would be good for lower end players. I mean, high end ships. There's just been such a such a flood of content that there's always a new hull coming out, right? I mean, you want Crusaders and you want Fusion Cruisers and you want Gore Sabers. What you want Nova Storms? I mean,
Yeah, I think Crusaders probably would like to see them again for some people who haven't got them.
yeah, yeah. All right. Any others?
Uh,
Rob?
no, I think Crusaders are good. A lot of people want them. I know that it might be going down a bit in base usefulness for hitting, but they're still useful for PvE. And seeing as 99% of the I've got the tongue tied. 99% of the game seems to be PvE. I think it's good to have that, as well as a Nighthawk.
Yeah.
Especially more so now because people are struggling to hit bases with the new launcher on Enforcers. There's a lot of people have it's pretty much stopped. I've had people peek my base, see that there's an Enforcer with new launchers in there, and just go away.
Well, here's an idea as well. I know it's a whole store. I don't know what their setup's going to be, if there's going to be any other prizes, but I think there should be at least one weapon of each type, like the Siege Missile Z, maybe Pandemonium more, one of maybe not the new launcher because it's new, but a launcher, a UAV. I know Locust is in the mission, but Hornets are really useful still. And I think things like these, if you're having a whole store, you need a weapon to go with the ship as well.
Yeah, and that that goes back to my philosophy of ship design is actually you start with the best weapon you have. People say, what should I do with this hull? And really, it's not what hulls you have, it's what weapons you have.
Yeah, I agree. It's what weapons and what specials you've got more than the hull choice a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is a massive part of building the right fleet for the right job. And it almost dictates what you build your fleet for as to what weaponry and what specials you've got.
Yeah, start with a weapon. Good point, Rob.
Shall I show this new faction?
Yes.
We've got a slide, mate, I think.
Have you got a slide?
Yeah, we got a picture.
Oh.
They put some pictures on the forums. So new faction preview. We've got someone in a spacesuit, and we've got a ship that looks like a squid. I mean, they look pretty cool, actually. I think it looks cool.
You know what it reminds me of? Space Marines.
Space Marines. Space Cowboys. You can call me Maurice.
You remember them? It's like a really old school diving suit, but modernized. That's what they're wearing. Them ones with the big goldfish balls on the head.
Yeah. In fact, if you click the slide, I think we can see what's under those spacesuits.
I don't remember these in the preview slides, Larry.
Oh, you didn't see her?
No, I didn't get. We didn't have this in when you sent them across.
Oh man, you got to search the forums a little harder.
Someone said on the chat the Bioshock upgrade. It's pretty good conclusion. If anyone's ever seen or played Bioshock.
Oh, the big daddies. Yeah. With the big drills.
Let's get rid of that.
So, I'm going to ask you a question. From looking at those things, can you guess what the type of damage might be or what type of enemy we're going to face?
I mean, the hull looks more like a submarine than a surface ship. But that's just... who knows?
I'm thinking they look big, they look tanked, and that doesn't sound good for fighting enemies which are big and tanked.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much more to say. I mean, with a new faction, they could bring out a new, weapon type. Right? I mean, Reavers brought, throwers and kind of resurrected rockets and all the
Water
fire
jets.
stuff.
Watch.
Water jets and squirt squid ink by the looks of
I
it.
don't know if it's like kind of space. If it's just falling out of mega conflict, it could just be pure lasers and fucking
Sure.
shit like that.
Sharks with laser beams on their heads?
Yeah, the game's gone downhill if they can attack with sharks. Hey, you said it looks like a squid, Larry. You know that
Yeah.
little squid thing that comes up on April Fools? I wonder if that's going to be a raid prize.
I'm going to put a kraken in your base to go.
Yeah.
It'd be quite cool.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. Yeah, sure. Why not energy weapons? Laser beams, blasters, phasers, whatever. I don't know.
Turn it from Battle Pirates into Halo.
Yeah. Navy's got laser beams. The U.S. Navy does.
Joel's written, perhaps they came from underwater and were there for hundreds of years and now surfacing.
They could, they could tie in with unidentified raiding fleets, but, those use actually Forsaken ships, so I don't know.
Who knows? James
I wanna know
Forrest
what's
has
gonna
put, is
happen
that a
with
new sub? It looks like it's one. We don't know.
Who's to say that it's even going to touch the water? It's not just going to float and glide slightly above it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it does look like a sub, and they do look like underwater kind of folk. So, I mean, could we be seeing a faction that sort of attacks from underwater only, possibly?
Oh God.
Is that why you've been getting so much stuff with thermal recently?
I reckon whatever it is, it's going to be almost. It's not going to make any difference to Apocalypse mods. So I think everyone's got all this effort to get these mods in the base and everything, and now it's going to be like, nope, they don't work.
So just looking at chat, Ross Wood's put in there, crack cocaine addiction is now cheaper than BP. Let's have a look. Jeffries put in there, the new faction looks like they hold more coins. So yeah, that's quite a few coming there. New faction equals predators and the alien's head by the train spotting elf. Love the name, by the way.
Shame. Space Marines, Space Cowboys,
Yeah.
Squids.
Well, we've gone through so many themes in the game now. I mean,
Starcraft
remember that when
Marines.
Borders came out? It kind of looked Aztec almost. So we're going from, proper sea stuff with the Draconians to some kind of fiery, weird shit with the Reavers. Now we've gone slightly Aztec with Boba. Now we're going space type. I don't know what's left.
I don't know.
Who knows? Just having a look through just to see if there's any other standout comments from maybe earlier in the show when I couldn't quite have a look. I think the community's main view on the rogues is that they're shit, pretty much the same as us.
Someone said, Verdi said new torps. just made me think the Kraken had a cryotop. I wonder if that will make an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't it had a splash torque, didn't it? That dealt splash damage,
Yeah.
which was like stupid amount of damage, like 8,000 damage per splash torque. Or something stupid like that. Maybe even higher. I remember looking it up on the stats that the unofficial blogspot
Right.
had. And it was stupid damage on the torps. But yeah, there's I think that's pretty much it really, from what I can see in
Yeah, I was
stats.
wondering how long you're going to drag that bit on for then, Ash.
Oh no, sorry, I was just looking through.
You sound half asleep, to be honest.
I am kind of. It's late. Miranda's putting there, are we all still rage quitting? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
A lot of people into Facebook pages are quitting. I think the most noticeable one was when Santana scrapped his base, which is pretty stupid of him, to be honest. I know people might disagree with me, but my way is he said in his video, didn't he? Santana versus Kixeye. Well, Kixeye won because he spent all that money and has literally nothing for it.
No, yeah, he doesn't even have the pixels anymore.
Yeah, exactly. He could have given it quietly to a friend or something, or the people do all sorts, and people do come back and regret scrapping certain things or something.
Well, he scrapped everything, didn't he? Every building. I don't know about every ship, but every building.
This suits me in chat has put rage quitting won't hurt anybody but me, so I'm just going to stop coining. I've lost confidence in the direction of the game. So I think that's pretty much where a lot of people are sort of heading with it at the minute.
Yeah. I mean, if you think something's too expensive, don't buy it. Yeah. Right?
Exactly.
I've played very, I'm going to say, inexpensively for the duration of this game, and I was a non-coiner for a while, and now I coin some. Everybody who coins more than you is a whale, and everybody who coins less is not. But I don't think I coin a whole lot in comparison to people, and I don't have 400 medals, but I have fun playing the game. Although I'm going to say it's less fun because it feels like all I can do now is get on and do whatever the grind of the day is, whether it's the Forsaken mission or I don't even want to bother ranking anymore. It's just I don't know. Because I was thinking about this, right? And they've made ranking more of a grind with Salty Dogs harder to get. The Forsaken mission, although I don't inherently mind them turning up the difficulty, the fact is, to do the Forsaken mission once all the way through, now you have to hit 8 85 targets. It used to be 5 65s. So even if you ignore the fact that these targets are more difficult and longer to hit, now you have to do 8 targets instead of 5. So just inherently, it's more of a grind. Right? It just takes longer, and ranking's going to take longer. And all these campaigns, they're fun once, but every other week. And then I was thinking about the arena tournament, and you can play the new format of the arena tournament for free, and you can get a top 50 and get a hull for free, but in order to do that, you essentially have to plan your 4 days around being at the computer every few hours to do your arena match, and so that also turns into a grind. And if they want the game to be more fun, they need less grinding, not more. So that's my rant.
I couldn't agree more. and I think you're pretty much in agreement with what I said earlier on. You know, the more stuff that they expect me to do, the more it seems like it's a list of chores, and the less interested I am. Really, I know it's just sort of my interest is very, very little at the minute.
Same. The excitement's gone as well. I used to be really excited to get on and smash some bases, and I was excited for what's coming up in the raid, and even the tournaments. I was really enjoying them when they first came out. But now I'm in the mood where I just can't be arsed anymore for most things. I get on and I look at my dead dog, I look at my coins and I'm thinking, do I want to add more? Do I want to spend? I spent yesterday. Do I want to spend today? And then the usual answer is no. I'm just gonna I use speak, talk to my mates on here, and we play other games.
Yeah.
I'll be perfectly honest. You know, I've been pretty much since the sort of like release of the game one of the big players. You know, I've always had the fleets. I've always had this. I've always had that. You know, I've spent countless times doing raids and stuff like that, and helping out other people, doing this, doing that. And spent a ton, an absolute ton, and I'm just not interested in it at all. I haven't even hit base all week. I haven't done any dredges. I haven't done I didn't even do Let It Burn. Not interested. I haven't done the Forsaken mission. Didn't do it last week either. So I'm not going to do it this week either. So I'm just not interested. There's just too much to be going on with, and it puts me off completely. You know, I use this as a release, and to have a bit of fun, and it's just not fun.
Right.
It's long and short of it. It's just not fun. It just doesn't seem fun at the minute at all. And
Right.
if it's not fun, then I'm not going to spend on it.
Right. Hey, yeah. Yeah. I mean, 1 or 2 85s, that's fun. 9 of them, not fun.
Well, yeah,
Right?
or even if you do it again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's 16. Or more than 16, 18.
Yeah. So, do we really want to be doing that? I mean, I've got a fleet that autos them, but I don't want to do it. It's just, I can't even be bothered to do that. I can't even be bothered to go out on the auto 85s to do the Forsaken mission. Because
I started ranking earlier. I hit 371s and thought, nah, I'm still angry over my salty dogs and record my fleet.
I don't think I've done any ranking for about a month.
Yeah.
I think I've done the same. I think I went out because I've got 2 Crusaders that I built, and I thought, yeah, I'll go out and I'll start ranking those. I think I hit like about 4 or 5 cargoes, and I went, well, I'm bored of this, put them back, and then got off. I'm just not interested at all in it.
Yeah.
I think the only reason that I'm still playing is because of my alliance, really, and the friendships that I've made in that, more than anything. Because it's just one thing after another, and it just seems to me, and a lot of other people, a lot of people within the community that I've spoken to feel exactly the same way, as if, Kixeye comes up with these great ideas. We all think, yeah, wicked, rogue crew store is going to be like, pick which crew you want, spend a certain amount of uranium in order to get it, which would have been brilliant, and everybody jumping for joy with it, with having the extra slots for road crews. Everybody would have been fantastically happy, and then they sort of like drop this shower of shit in, and nobody just you know, why even bother? Why even bother getting everybody's hopes up? And then when everybody says wicked, happy days, it'd be lovely if we could pick our own road crews. You know, the amount of comments when it was first, this idea was first in its conceptual stage and was first mentioned on the forum. Everybody said, "Oh, wicked! It'd be really good to pick your own road crew and spend a set amount of uranium for it." And they just completely ignored it. And then they wonder why everybody's pissed off. You know what I mean? Listen to your players. Listen to your customers. You know, indirectly, we're the ones that pay your paycheck. You know, how many times do you think that you can just keep shafting us and we're just going to sit here and take it? You know, I think everybody just needs to band together and just not give in and start rolling for road crews with the stupid amounts of uranium they're expecting us to pay, or the stupid amounts of gold.
Well,
You know?
right, and you know, I don't like telling other people what to do and say, oh, don't coin or don't do something, but I will say, you know, look at it real carefully and decide whether it's worth it to you. You know, if it's not worth it to you, don't spend it. It'll be okay. If you don't spend it, you'll be okay.
I, on the other hand, have no issues with telling people what to do. Don't fucking do it. Do not coin. Do not spend your stupid amounts of uranium for road crews, because it's pointless. You get far better worth out of it doing retros and stuff like that. So don't bother. Because let's be honest, most of the time you need that road crew because they've got junkyard dogs on or something like that in the base to go and hit the base. They're not going to be doing that. They're not going to have that on there, so you're not going to need the edge that you're going to get from the road crew. So what's the point?
Just build some rockets instead.
Yeah, and just build
play Rocket
rockets.
World. I just want to say
Just build rockets.
that was quite an emotional speech. I was thinking that you might have been getting a little bit teary there. But before we go, I want to throw out, if anyone has heard of Scotty, it's been more than 24 hours, should we file a report? It's kind of disappeared. I haven't seen him on the game or on TeamSpeak or on our admin chat. I think he's probably passed away. So if anyone can hold a memorial for him, that would be great.
Oh, no.
And if you can pass me those cords as well, that'd be absolutely ideal.
Well, he's located near me, so I'm ready to sink it.
Yeah. Right.
I'll tell you what,
so,
there was a memorial on I-71 when I was coming home just before the show.
Did you hit it?
No, I didn't hit it, thank God. But I saw like half a Jeep and smashed up Mercedes and some other car upside down. It was, yeah.
John Terry, mate, in comms has said that when I said in its conceptual stage, it sounded like he said in its homosexual stage. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I don't know how I would fix BP. It's another comment. Easy fix, 25% the cost of everything. I agree with Ross on that one.
I mean, it would be nice, but I don't think that fixes it. You know?
True.
I mean, what you want 3 road crews to cost 21 gold instead of 30, and 1 road crew to cost 10 instead of 15? Is that going to fix it? It's not
Well,
gonna
no.
fix it.
No, I think they just mean in general, as in like
build time and
on. Yeah.
It's not going to fix it either.
No, agreed.
It's not enough.
Yeah, someone else has put 25 reduction in builds and 50% reduction in repairs. They've said many times that they only make changes upon player engagement. Don't do the things you don't like. Very, very good comment there, Scott A.
That's right.
Which is why I've said don't do it, because that's the only way that it's going to change.
That's right. That's right. You decide what you want to do and do it, and don't do the rest.
So yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same comments across the board, really. I think everybody's just saying that it's just getting out of hand, really. Costs getting out of hand, everything's getting out of hand. The amount of content's just too quick. That's about it, really. So, I think that's it for us. We've gone on way over what we should have done.
Well, we're not strapped to a time. People can watch or not watch or something.
That's right. Don't let us tell you to watch. Watch if you want to watch, and we'll talk if we want to talk.
And do the survey. Do them all.
Do the survey.
So,
well, hey Rob, I'll help you write it up, and we'll present it in a show if you want.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, pain surveys on the BPC page. So go there, check that out. Please do the surveys because we want to know what you think.
We got a good result. Almost 1,600 people have done them so far.
Yeah. So as many of you that can possibly do it, get on and do it. It gives us a better understanding of what people think about the changes, and gives us a better basis for us to chuck it to kick size, so that they know what people are thinking as well. Don't forget to check out the builds on the BPC page as well. Check out Larry's blog, which is Larry.
bpprof.blogspot.com.
So check that out. Thank you very much for coming.
Don't forget to check out google.com if you need to Google anything.
You getting paid now, Rob?
I was plugging that. Other search engines are available.
Yeah. What's this, BBC now, is it?
Don't get me started on that.
So yeah, we'll post the results both to the forum and on the page, and we'll probably go through it on next week's show as well.
Yeah, we'll do a show on it.
So thank you very much for coming. We'll see you all next Wednesday. Don't forget our community show is on Friday. It will be on this Friday. We'll make sure of it. We'll make sure that two of us are available. So if one gets
I'll be there.
indisposed, we'll be able to run it still.
You're going to talk about some base defense on Friday, I think.
Yeah. So base defense special. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later.
Good night.
Yeah.
If the button
Okay,
will
or
work.
shut it off.